Guys, hello and welcome to the THQ podcast. Now, this is going to be a short episode. It's all about building habits. Diet plans don't work, training plans don't work, nothing works unless you work, right? A body transformation just doesn't come to you, and the only thing that will never ever leave you is a decent set of habits. If you spend your time developing good, decent habits, that'll never leave you. You'll never go back to old ways. You'll never have to look at a diet plan or a training plan again and think that it's not going to work, because you know you've got decent foundational habits. So how to build decent habits? The best way to build decent habits is to note your wins. Right? I use iPhone on my notes all the time. If someone found my phone and found notes, they look through them, they think I was absolutely crazy. I write weird things down all the time because it just helps me. It like sort of clarifies things that I'm actually on the right track, or if I'm full of shit and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, for example, right, you can write down for a day, you might have missed a gym session, right? But you might have walked instead of drove a certain place. You might have opted for not having a snack and think, no, I don't want a snack, I'll just have a coffee. And you might have actually prepared your food and took your food with you and not had your normal snack. Now, rather than a lot of people would focus on that they missed the gym, so they're off track and they're not really doing well. Whereas if you actually look at the 3 positive things that you have done, the other thing becomes less important, and you start to install that confidence in yourself that you actually got decent habits and you're actually making decent progress. You need to understand your current commitment level as well, right? So you might actually think that I'm not losing any weight, or I'm not progressing, or I'm not getting any stronger, right? If you're just generally saying that, look on your notes on your phone. Well, how many times have I prepared my food this week? How many times have I missed a gym session? How many times have I said yes to a treat when I said no to a treat? If you've got all this data on your phone, you'll know whether you're full of shit or you'll know whether you're actually making actually decent progress. Because like, you need to know what your current commitment level is, then you know what you should expect, right? Because if you haven't noted any wins all week, because you literally don't feel like you've won anything, and you're complaining about gaining weight, that's a reality, right? And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. You're gonna have days and weeks that sometimes that you just don't make any progression, or you go backwards, or you gain a little bit of weight, or anything like that, right? But then knowing your current commitment level, you're not going to expect things that aren't there, right? So when I start to make notes on my phone, if I don't see any progression, then I'm pretty much aware it's because I haven't done this and this. Like last week, in time recording this, I was ill. Like, my weight's up, my mood's still not great, but the fact is that I didn't train. I didn't do the things I was supposed to have done because I felt ill and things like that. But it's just that's your reality. Like, your current commitment level is a reflection of your results. And if you don't know what that is, you need to write it down. You need to make it. This is what all going to build better habits and better understanding of who you are and what your habits are. You can't get overwhelmed in changing habits, but at the same time, you need to make sure that you actually see progression. Like, we should be making daily changes, and daily habits should be getting better, making bigger wins, right? But if we change one habit at one time, that is going to work. It definitely is going to work. But if we change one habit and then mess up on the other 10, then that one habit isn't going to really make any decent progress. So we need to make sure that, yes, we are just taking it slow, changing one habit at a time, but we need to make sure that we are increasing the number of good habits quickly to make sure that we progress. So making sure that once you have installed that decent habit, that stays with you, and you do another one quickly, and you keep making that daily progression for these decent habits. But don't change too many. Just try and work on one habit. Once that's there, keep it. Try and get another one as quick as you can. This is a big one for me. Is like, and it's with anything really. Is if you say to yourself, you are going to do it, right, and then you don't do it, you lose that belief and the confidence in the first place and the respect for whatever you're actually doing. So let's say that you say, right, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week this week, and you don't go to the gym 3 times a week. it becomes easier to not go to the gym. It becomes easier just to sort of accept that you just find it hard to get an exercise because you're not giving yourself that confidence and you're not filling yourself with confidence. Only say you're going to do something unless you're really committed to do it. The more times you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, is the more times you feel like you're absolutely full of crap and you're not going to do it. You haven't got that confidence. Right? I want people to be confident and I want them to do it. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to be He-Man. You don't have to be Superwoman. You just have to, whatever you say, you're going to do it. So if you say to yourself, right, or you say to one of us, we say how your food's going. Can you write your food down for me this week, every single day? Right? If I ask you to do that, for example, and you go home, just do it. Just do that one thing. Like, just make sure that you do what you said you was going to do. And then that just installs confidence in yourself and it stores you to get better and it stores you to make better habits and better changes because when you say something to yourself, you actually do it. Guys, very short episode. I said it was going to be a short episode because the thing is with habits is they only work if you work. You've got to do that work. Take this little bit of advice, what I've given you now, and make it work for you. We really want you to make this transformation last long term, not just short term. And our process and things like that can sort of only last long term is if you have them decent or foundational habits. I hope this has been helpful. Again, any questions whatsoever, hit the inquiry link and I will be happy to help.